What up, everybody? It's your girl July from Kickback Couture. A lot of you asked me to do separate tutorials for UK drill and Reason. I'm gonna do a tutorial on some UK drill melodies and hi-hats just to show you how to get around that. Alright, so I'm gonna make a basic drill melody because a lot of people have been in the comments upset because I don't show everything from beginning to end. I'm gonna make this in D sharp minor, and we'll drop this down a little bit, and we'll duplicate this over. I'm gonna drop the pitch on this chord on this note, and I'm gonna duplicate this over again, and I'm gonna drop the pitch on this chord. And then for this one, let's see what this sounds like. Alright, cool. And a cool way to give it bounce is just to add some sort of automation. I highly suggest you get halftime. Halftime will definitely give you that bounce, or at least something close to it. So there's a few options you have. I'll show you about 3 of them I could think of off the top of my head. You could go with halftime. And I will also bring these notes up an octave now. A second option you have for this is to grab Effectrix by Sugar Bytes or any kind of reverse plugin you have. A cheaper option I could think of is by Initial Audio, Initial Reverse. This one's usually about $10, and I'll put the links to all the effects I'm using down in the description. These are all relatively affordable effects. Right? Another option you have is synchronous, which is built into Reason, and I'll show you a basic setting you could put it on. So we'll go to built-in devices, and we'll go to synchronous, and we're going to mess with the filter automation. So let's put it on like half, get the little square automation, and we'll bring up this knob here. So that's another cool way to get bounce. You don't have to use all 3, of course. I just wanted to show you 3 different options. You can even add some reverb. I'll come to the second one and add some reverb. Automate it differently. Just mess with the bounce, right, for the melody. Now, after you get your melody bouncing how you want to bounce, I'm going to turn this off. Add a high pass filter. After you get your melody bouncing how you want to bounce, you might want to go ahead and add some more melodies. Now, if you want to do that, knock yourself out. Have fun. I'm actually going to do one more thing with melodies just to show y'all. One more thing y'all might be interested in. If you really like the vocal sounds you be hearing in my UK drill beats or anybody else's UK drill beats, a #1 place where you can get those is from Output Exhale, and I'm opening Contact by Native Instruments. You do not have to own Contact in order to use Output Exhale, thankfully, because I do not own any Native Instrument products outside of Complete Start, which is free. Is it called Complete Start? Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's called Complete Start. All right, Output Excel. And in here, I'm just gonna set what scale I'm in. So I believe I did it in D sharp minor because that's my favorite scale. So gonna switch over to loops, and then I select my scale here. So D sharp minor is the equivalent of E flat minor. Probably recognize that one. Alright, cool. But enough of that. I'm not gonna add that right now because I want to show y'all how to do hi-hats. So I'm gonna go ahead and use an NNXT. You could use a red drum if you want to, an NN19, a grain, whatever you do, make sure that the velocity sensitivity is turned up, because if it's not, this isn't gonna work. Alright, you're gonna be utilizing multiple velocity changes in this UK drill hi-hat pattern. So I'm gonna go into the Drill Gang drum kit, gonna grab the driller hi-hat, and then how I check my velocity, just gonna look for the velocity setting. In this case, it's right here. And I'm just gonna turn the level all the way up to 100%, right? Then I'm gonna hop into the sequencer and I'm gonna draw this in so y'all can see what happens every step of the way. It's right there. C3. Now the basic UK drill hi-hat pattern is gonna be skip 2, skip 2, skip 1. And I'll show you exactly what that looks like. Gonna put the grid on 16ths, but you can keep it on grid if you prefer. And by grid, I mean up here where it just zooms in for you. All right, skip 2, skip 2, skip 1. Right, pretty basic. Let's listen. Another thing I want to do is turn down my tempo because that's a little fast. Alright, so that is the basis of it. Now what you can do is take these notes here, hold down Alt on a Windows. Might be, I don't know, I haven't had a Windows computer in a long time. Alt Option on a Mac though, and you could drag it over and copy it. Right, so we got that down. I'm gonna bring the velocities up. And now what you could do is start adding notes like this. And bring them down, and I'll show you how to do rolls in just a second. Fast way I like to do this, I just grab the pen tool, draw in where I want them to be on a separate line. Try to keep it the same note so that it's easy to change it later, right? And then I grab those notes, bring down the velocities all together, and then bring it back up. All right, cool. So now let's implement some rolls here. I want to put a roll right here in this area. So I'm going to zoom in some more, and let's actually shorten this note, and I'll get rid of this little note that we made here. And I just duplicate it over as many times as I want to. I tend to stick with a certain value for a certain sound. The more notes you have in your roll, or like the smaller the time division, like it's 1/64 right now, the more metallic it'll sound. So if I was to go add more rolls than this, see what I mean? Kind of sounds a little weird, and I don't really like that sound, so I make sure I don't have too many. And I'll just bring down the velocities like that, a little ramp. And to do that, you hold down Command and Option at the same time, and you'll get that ramp icon and ramp function, right? Let's say I'm gonna add another one here. right after it. So ramp after ramp. And then we could just take these, copy them over. Just like that. Grab a little ramp. And you might even want to try something cool like going back up. Usually not common, but hey, be experimental. You know, so I don't like how that sounds at all. So I wouldn't recommend doing that in that spot at least. Okay, cool. So we got that part down. I would definitely add some more rolls, but rather than do that again, I'm gonna take this portion, copy it, and paste it over, and we'll do that one more time. Now, another thing you want to do with your hi-hats to get them sounding how, you know, how you hear your, how you hear your favorite track sounding. I'm gonna just give you some sauce. This is what I do. I drag on the quartet course ensemble, right? Make sure it's on course, and we'll turn this delay up a little bit. Right? Another thing you could do is add some reverb. You can also add some slap delay. So we go back into effects. Let's grab this echo, and you don't have to worry about setting the settings. Just go into the presets and look for something that says slap. If you don't know what it is, it's a very short delay. All right, so just by looking, I don't see it, so I'll just type in slap, and boom, there is one. Turn down the dry wet. So this is just with the slap delay. Alright, so now it has more of that sound. We can also add some reverb. I have some in my template. And I also had slap delay in my template. So what I could do is take this out, and I'll walk y'all through my template in a separate video. Let me know if you want to see that for sure. Turn down that reverb. That's the slap delay. No reverb. Too much. Alright. So that's how you get them hi-hats sounding how you hear them in your favorite UK drill tracks. Add some chorus, some slap delay, give it that ultimate bounce. From there, you can add the rest of your drums. I'll go through a few more things, but this video was only really about hi-hats, and I showed you some melody tricks. So we'll hop back into that drill gang kit, and we'll go into snares. See which one I want. Let's go with number 3. Alright, and you can play this if you want to, as I was saying before, but since y'all are watching, I'll just draw it in so y'all can see exactly what I'm doing. Whoops. Alright, cool, and then we'll copy this over. And we'll copy this over. Pull down the piano. Shoot, and then the sky's the limit from there. If you want a tutorial on how to do those UK drill 808s and slides, definitely watch the video I have up in the cards. Actually, I'll put them on the end screen. I feel like that's a little bit easier. So it's all culture, kickback, cook up. Most definitely let me know what you would like to see next. It's all, I said that already. Man, I'm out of here.